Hi, I'm Martha Heller. I'm an artist who works primarily with textiles. First, I want to thank the Attleboro Arts Museum and the jurors for Eight Visions for including me in this exciting exhibit. I really feel honored to be alongside such talented artists. Second, a little bit about my art practice. I have not had formal art training, but have always been an artist of some kind. I worked with clay for many years, and then I began my art practice with textiles in 2015. I make art quilts, fabric sculptures, wall hangings, and frame textiles such as the one here. My experience volunteering with the historical costume collection at Blythewald Manor and Gardens in Bristol, Rhode Island, and also my 11-year career as a theater costume designer and instructor have both informed my art practice. Also, I'm an active member of I3C artist groups. That stands for Inspiring Change for the Climate Crisis, and working with these 30 artists who address and educate about climate change through exhibits and related events has had a notable impact on my current work. The pieces I'm showing in Eight Visions are colored with flowers, leaves, and dyes, and paints harvested from my garden at home. I use natural dyes and recovered textiles, in part as an effort to maintain a sustainable art practice. My work that addresses the climate crisis directly includes indicators of climate change, like melting snowcap or disappearance of species. Other pieces in the exhibit celebrate the beauty of nature and the endless, unique images that can be produced with the harvest from my small garden. I grow coreopsis and marigold, cosmos, Japanese indigo, and goldenrod in my garden, among other plants. This piece is called Autumn Waters. It's an example of a technique I developed to bring color to cloth. The strips were first soaked in plant dye that I make by simmering flowers in water. The strips are put into the dye just at the ends, and then over a few days, the color soaks up into the cloth, creating layers of color naturally. I don't make one artwork at a time. I'll spend a number of months dyeing various fabrics with various flowers and plants. Then I'll choose from those dyed fabrics just a few strips for each work. Details are then added using contact prints with fresh plants and paints harvested from my garden. I will often add stitched areas and even hammer flowers, fresh flowers on the cloth to add color. In this piece, this area here is soaked in goldenrod, and these are soaked in Japanese indigo. There's a print here that's created with indigo paste, indigo paint painted on a leaf, and then the sage leaf is pressed down onto the cloth, and as I pull it away, it leaves a print. And these prints here were taken from the surface of a dye vat. From the start of the piece to the finished product is a slow process. It might take several summer seasons to complete because each color comes from a particular plant. And sometimes I have to wait for the proper harvest to get the plant colors that I want. In order for the color to adhere to the fabric, I use a mordant. I treat the fabric with soy milk, and that also takes several months to soak first and then cure, so the mordant is effective. I think the process I use reflects the garden I grow. The process is slow and cyclical, and it's filled with changing color and requires patience. When I make art, I feel that I'm sharing nature's artistry.